back. It's the weight room. I'm Drego Grim.
I'm Curtis Metier.
And today we're going to talk about pretty much, do people suppress their happiness, and also bias? Ignorance bias?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, let's bring that up real quick.
Is ignorance actually bliss, or is it a hindrance in the sense of, I guess in certain situations, it's like not knowing information, is it kind of, I guess it probably could be situational.
Explain.
Like, I feel like certain situations, maybe business or even in your personal life, where ignorance couldn't be bliss. You not understanding certain information, or I guess the best way is to be like, say if you super smart and you just know a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people have conversations saying like they wish they didn't know so much, because it's kind of like you see the world for what it is. And now it's kind of like you can't see any difference. Maybe you like, now you know, like majority of people are, I don't want to say out to get people, but you see like, you might not see it good or bad, but you see like in your mind more bad shit happening just because you know the information.
Right.
Like, you see all these corporations are helping the homeless, but like, oh, well, they're only helping the homeless because they get a tax write-off, and they just saying the third. It's kind of like there's always like some greedy thing behind shit. It's like, would you rather just not know and just wish like, oh, they being nice to people, or do you feel like not knowing this information is a hindrance, so you really know somebody's, I guess, true intentions, depending on the situation you're using your ignorance?
I feel like you would want to know. Feel like if people don't want to know, then they don't want to accept reality.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of times, like, a lot of people don't want to know certain things because they would rather just bullshit through it.
Right.
They don't want to like accept the fact that things are the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, I would like to know everything so I know how to react and how to act accordingly.
Right.
You know, based on what's going on. So for me, I'd rather know, because, you know, if you left out the loop, then you're not gonna understand a lot of shit.
Yeah, I think with having the knowledge, you have the ability to choose, because I guess being ignorant, you take away your choice. You just don't know. Like, I just think this is just happy, this is good, or whatever they're doing, but like to know that like, hey, technically these people got bad intentions behind it. It's your it gives you the ability to choose, like, well, say if you had the ability to do something about it, do you really want to take away the good thing because technically the intentions of it is bad? Or would you just rather, not even have that be available to you to even make a change? Like, I would rather be able to, like, I can make a change, rather than just that's just taken away from you. You don't even know. So,
right. I would say it goes back to what I said. I would rather know, just so I know how to manipulate the situation to where it works for everybody.
Right.
Because honestly, you know, if you don't know, that's how you get fucked up. Like,
yeah,
you know, like let's say you got a lot of bills, and then your girl don't tell you, oh yeah, we got this bill, we got that bill, and then you don't know, and it's like, oh shit, like, why the lights off?
Right.
You're gonna be like, the fuck? So pretty much, I mean, on any scale, on any level, I'd rather be in the know, because, you know, if you don't know, then it's like you get blindsided.
Shit, and that's funny you should say that, and you put them two together in that sequence. Cause I was thinking, like, what if you did like in a relationship? Like, would you want to know? And I guess it's not even a situation. Let's not go as far as cheating. It's just say like your significant other fuck somebody.
I want to know, bruh.
Fuck somebody, I guess not necessarily important, but significant. Like a nigga you don't fuck with, a homie or an old homie, or just somebody you was cool with in school.
Well, the first thing is, if she cheats, then that nigga's significant to her. So then you have to understand what this person's importance is to her to make her want to do what she did.
Right.
So pretty much for me, I'm sitting back. I'm like, yeah, I would rather know because I need to know what went wrong, what happened, blah blah blah.
Or not even a cheating. I think I still would kind of want to know just off the strength of. Sometimes you get to choose because sometimes maybe that person you just really don't rock with and it's gonna like to have. Is it petty? Yes, but just to have that tie, it could lead to so much stuff, but at the same time, it could be a situation of now you know, and y'all can have a conversation about it. Cause shit, that could be something that y'all open up like, yeah, that's crazy because I didn't tell you that. Oh, I used to have beef with him or something, or he didn't like me for whatever reason. That's crazy that you used to talk to him or something like that. It could just be a conversation piece that y'all just be able to connect to, rather than just, trying to lean to super like, oh, you cheat on me with him or something.
She cheat on me, we don't gotta talk.
No, I'm saying take away the cheating out of it. I'm
just saying, me, I ain't about to have no conversation. Like, I ain't about to, hell no.
Right, no, I'm thinking like, say if she just like, oh, she fucked somebody in your crew. It's just not even a cheating. It's just like somebody used to kick it back in high school. Like, would you want to know? It's just like, oh, dang. It's like I said, it's like a conversation piece. I would still want to know. Just to be like, oh, okay. I mean, it doesn't change anything for me, but
it just depends on.
It depends. He said it depends on who the nigga. Like, no, that was my friend. Like, that was my best friend. Nigga. Yeah, like, he stayed the night over my crib.
If homie looked out for me in 10th grade.
Right, you be like,
I'm gonna be like,
I might have to leave you alone, shorty.
That's my guy. That's
my guy. I might have to leave you all the way alone.
I don't know. It depends. Everything depends, like how close she
very
is.
Situational. Like,
right.
Do you still talk to him right now, or what's going on?
Like, I just saw him at Walmart, and now I found out you fucked him. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's wild. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So. That's why I'm like, situational. I mean, truth be told.
I guess, and the reason I say I want to know is, remember, I think it was on an old episode that we did, like, dude, we know what dude will hang. We already know dudes do this, period. And I think I know it's a new episode that we might do the guy code, whatever stuff. And I said, dudes will hang something over you. You know which one of your friends are either current friend or one you used to kick it with that would try and hang, oh, y'all fucked your girl, I used to mess with your girl over your head.
Alright.
And you be like, damn, that's crazy, y'all, you dealing with her now? We know which dude that we used to kick with is like, bro, he can't shut up.
I mean, that's the thing though, like me, I do a whole roll call. I'd be like, hey, did you fuck with her? Did you fuck with her? Did you fuck with her? Did y'all fucking nobody fucked her but me? Okay, cool. We good. Like, and that's like my last saving grace. Because if I find out some shit later on,
especially where we live at, boy, you be like,
everybody know each other.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't be putting over everybody's head a lot of times with that type of situation. But
right.
I would always want to know. Just always let me know. And like I said, ignorance to me is not extremely bliss. Give me the choice to be like, do I want to continue dealing with you because you smashed whomever?
And I mean, ignorance might be bliss, but that's not the peace I want.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't asked for that type of peace.
Because then on top of that, you don't know if he looking at you some type of way, and now he got an advantage because he got some information that you don't know.
Yeah.
Is it a pride thing? Yes. Is it stupid? Yes. But at the same time, I want the choice to be able to be like, okay, now we both know this information. He come to me on something sideways. I'd be like, yeah, she told me. I'm cool with it. Yeah, it's like, okay.
Yeah, but even if you don't know, you still gotta act like cool with it though. Like, you still gotta be like, alright.
And it's crazy. She stay with you now. You used to fuck on her. You be like,
don't let them see you sweat.
Right, like, oh, okay, that's crazy.
Right.
But then, because I say that because then I don't want to come home and be like, yo, why I get blindsided with this information? I didn't know you used to fuck with old boy. I used to be in math with.
You fuck with old buddy.
Right, we used to make fun of that nigga. Like, because he was on some weird shit. Now,
that nigga piping.
Yeah, he was.
Nigga straight piping.
Right. Wait a minute. You used to stay with? Yeah, you used to stay with him 2-3 years. Why am I just now finding this? Why am I just now finding this information now?
Well, you think you need to know because my past is my past. It had nothing to do with you. And
we gotta do a episode on that, motherfucker. because that's gonna piss me off. I found a new pet peeve for females, bro. That I don't have to explain nothing to you.
Well, that goes with the culture. They don't respect testosterone, bro. I've been told you that.
Because I didn't think a certain person that's important to me would ever say that to me. Not in that sense, but she was like, I don't see the purpose of explaining nothing to anybody. And then y'all be mad when we be like, well, you don't communicate. What do you think that is? What do you think you don't have to explain nothing to me is?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
do I say that you have to fucking beg and defend yourself? No, explain. Hey, this is what happened.
Yeah, but I mean,
and then if I don't agree with it, then I don't agree. I don't have to, but then I can just not agree with it, and we can just move on.
I mean, everybody's different, and pretty much the person probably has a pattern that they follow, and them explaining whatever it is to you is pretty much messing up their pattern. So pretty much they're not gonna do what you would do because they're not in your shoes.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I be with normal people. I keep trying to date normal people because I don't have a comfort zone. My comfort zone is outside of everybody else's.
Right. And then, everybody's different. So with that, I mean, you just gotta adapt to people's perspectives and objectives.
Grow up.
I feel you. At the same time, I mean, everybody's on different levels. So
right.
Perspectives and objectives.
So yeah, no. But no, I could definitely say that. I guess all in all, you can definitely say that I would prefer to know. So ignorance is more of a hindrance in my eyes because everything in life would seem like it just blindsides you.
I mean, yeah, and even like if you do even know certain stuff, like stuff within the stuff you know could blindside you.
Right.
So like you might know somebody's on bullshit, but you don't know that their bullshit could kill you. Like
exactly.
You don't know like the levels of what's happening. So pretty much like that's why I say I'd rather know everything so I can prepare for any level of bullshit I gotta go through.
Right.
So pretty much that's where I'm at with it. Because the girl told me, yeah, my ex, he just got out of jail. He just did a bid for 10 years. I'm gonna be like, so your ex did 10 years in jail, and he's coming out. And the first person he want to see is probably you. And I gotta deal with that shit. So I have to prepare for everything that could possibly happen.
Exactly.
I have to prepare. This nigga might swing on me. He might try to kill me. He might try to take you away from me. He might try to, rest up with your mom.
Right.
Whatever.
But then the next person, in addition to me being petty and adding that, why do I need to explain it to you? He's like, oh, where you finna go? I was like, oh, I'm finna, my ex just got out of jail. I'm finna go have dinner. Why am I just now finding out about this?
And even dinner, that's wild. I'd be petty. I'd be like, all right, where are we going?
Where we going?
Olive Garden? Okay, that's what's up.
I ain't seen him in like 10, 15 years. Whoa.
Huh? Right.
Why am I just now hearing about this?
That's what I'm saying.
Because she ain't got nothing to explain nothing. She don't have nothing to explain to you. Well, you have a whole lot to explain if you thought you were going to come back in this.
If somebody doing that, it's just a respect level that they don't have for you.
Right.
That's what I feel like. Because
I feel like women try to wrap up the sense of I don't owe you nothing in that shit.
Explain.
Cause I've heard a lot of women like I don't owe no man nothing, this, that, and the third. I don't have to do nothing, this, that, and I'm like, why not be in a relationship with this mentality?
I mean, that's the new mentality a lot of people have. It's all for me, what I can get from you. If you can't pay my bills or buy me a Birkin, then you ain't shit. Pretty much. That's what it is. That's what we're up against. It's pretty much what's going on.
I don't do enough drugs operating this generation.
I allegedly do. But so
do enough drugs to deal with this degeneration? I don't.
Allegedly.
Do they make enough drugs to deal with this degeneration?
I don't know. Maybe they do.
He said, no, maybe they do. He said, this is a situation where ignorance is bliss. I'm not gonna act like I don't know anything.
Nah, but that's what they do. I mean, like, you have to understand, like, you have to find a person that fits you.
Right.
And back when our grandparents and our parents were, like, in relationships or whatever, the whole equally yoked shit, like, you gotta be with somebody that's on your level type shit. I mean, that's even more, relevant today. Because you have to find a motherfucker that fits you directly. Like, there's so many things that separates people, technology, perspectives, everything, to where you have to find the right person to fit you completely.
Right.
Like, oh, you like anime? Bet. You like sports? Bet.
Right.
You like this? Bet. Like, has to go down the line. It has to compliment you well. And it's easier and harder at the same time now. But it's more like, if you want to find the right person, then you have to basically find the person that adapts to your lifestyle, that complements you perfectly. And a lot of people do shit out here and they get with people, they may satisfy half of them, but there's that other half they have no clue of, and they're not trying to, investigate and understand the other side of a person. So they be fucked up.
Yeah.
So everything fucks up, and it's like, yeah, I like this person for this, and this, but they don't complete me, or they don't make me feel like I'm in a relationship that makes me feel
right,
together with somebody.
And it's funny that, and we speaking on the relationship part of this, the ignorance thing. It's just funny that a lot of people, let's just say outwardly, based on the 2 videos that I've seen, that women are outwardly just like, if he gonna cheat, long as I don't find out. So it's like, damn, you're choosing ignorance.
I mean, that's a person that's been broken so many times that they just accept the fact that whoever they're with's gonna hurt them.
Right.
And that's a bad place to be, because you never feel really connected to the person you with, because you always feel like that person's gonna hurt you. So because of that, the relationship never gets to the level that it could be, because you never allow it to, because you're so fucked up your emotions over what that person could possibly do to you, that you don't ever take into account what they could do for you, and it messes you up. And that's why a lot of people out here are fucked up in relationships today. Preach. Message.
That's why I fuck with this nigga. He be making me hate the world so much more than I already do. You be like, I'm over this.
Message.
I'ma just stay in the house.
I mean, it is what it is, honestly, man. Like, you just have to accept what you have to accept and change what you can change.
Right.
That's really what it is for relationships.
I know motherfuckers be thinking I come off like the Grinch. Yes, at this point I'm over it. I'm nitpicking because I'm like, I gotta tell you this, bro, all the time. We had this conversation all the time. It's not that hard.
It's not. To be in a relationship.
It's low key fun and easy if you think about it. It's
easy if you get with somebody that's, like I said, that compliments you well.
Exactly, bro.
You gotta find somebody that understands your life, understands what you want, understands where you're going. That's the key factor. They have to understand where you're going, because they might like you where you're at, but they have to accept that you're going places.
Exactly.
You have to accept the fact that you're not gonna be who you are now a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It's all about growing with each other. That's what it is. So people get stuck in their ways, and they get stuck in a box of how they view you. And once they have a view of you, then they can't see you outside of their box about you.
Right.
So once that happens, it's pretty hard to grow with somebody.
I'm ready to do it. Relationships are easy. Or relationship for dummies episode. I know this nigga's gonna hate it, but it'll be. This nigga's like, bro, fuck this shit.
I hate relationships, honestly.
Cause bro, it's just so.
I got one relationship left in me.
Cause there's, and I know this is it's supposed to be about ignorance, but no, cause I just
it's about ignorance. I mean, ignorance within whatever the fuck. You know?
But I'm looking at it like there's so many, and I look at things super weird, but and I gotta fit this in 9 minutes. But but there's so many constants. Just like, I know they can't see it, but I have what my bills were. Bills are a constant to me. Mm-hmm. There's something that's gonna be there regardless if you're there or not. Mm-hmm. So for y'all to be fighting, trying to find a man to pay y'all bills, do all this other thing, it's like, why are we coming in relationships fighting over things or requiring things that you were required to do when you were single in the first place? Hey, who's moving in with who? Okay, now it's easy to be like, okay, who makes more and or who's more responsible? Mm-hmm. Hey, if you have that type of relationship where I can say, here's my money, pay for what I got paid, I'm gonna give you half my check. However, you know, it's your relationship, you figure out how you want to do it. Right. I'm gonna take half my money, take this, what it can pay for it. You take your rest of your money, pay for it. We come together on certain other bills. Cause like I said, in my relationship, if I can do it, I'm going to pay the essentials, which is like, I'm gonna pay the rent, I'm gonna pay the lights. Most places you live, like here, the water's connected into your rent, stuff like that. Right. So now when we go into the internet, it's my car, I'm gonna pay my insurance on my car. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pay this, that, and the third. I'm gonna play my credit, so on and so forth. I'm gonna have to finish this because the camera's gonna die. So, but yeah, it'd be so weird to me. It's just, I don't know. I was saying that the relationships are so easy. It's kind of weird to fight over stuff that's not gonna change in the sense of constants, like stuff that's gonna stay the same regardless. Like bills are always gonna be there. Mm-hmm. Certain. Like, I can see you fighting over like traumas. Right. Because that affects both of us. It's not something that's supposed to be a constant. That's something you're supposed to fix.
Right. I mean, both people. Well, first, the person that's facing the trauma, they have to identify it. Mm-hmm. And the person that they're with has to be able to go along with the ride to help that person.
Exactly.
And the thing is, what's happening nowadays is like, fuck your feelings. That's what a lot of people is on. And it's sad. I don't agree with it, but a lot of people don't care. They're like, fix your past traumas, get with me, be perfect. Like, I need you to be the perfect nigga when I meet you. It's like, nah, you need to meet the person that has the most potential and most upside, and they treat you right, and then go from there. You gotta meet somebody that compliments you, but that's the issue. People argue so much because they're not happy with the decisions they made. That's why they combating what the fuck they in, because they don't like the situation they're in. But if they was happy, then they would shut the fuck up. So pretty much that's what's going on. So if you argue with somebody consistently, both of y'all are not complete with each other. And y'all ain't happy with each other. And that's really what it is. Then y'all fighting it, y'all trying to keep it going. And then both of y'all really don't want to keep it going. But y'all think that's the best thing to do because that's what y'all seen and that's what society told you. If you feel like you don't need to be with somebody because they don't treat you right, they don't fuck with you on the right level that you need them to fuck with you on, leave their ass.
And I'll say something real unpopular. I can definitely say,
you're on air.
I don't care. But I feel like men are, actually I can definitely say, I ain't gonna say all, but as a majority, just based on, and this is strictly off of social media and the people I speak to. Mm-hmm. I feel like men are advancing and becoming better in the sense of like being accountable of that. Okay, understand I have a problem. Let's be 1,000. We knew a lot of dudes we went to school with, kicked it with, worked with that like would never identify like, bro, I got a problem. Right. But I say this generation is like, okay, I got it. Are we all doing something about it? I'm not gonna say that we are. I'm not gonna say we all going through. A lot of us have gotten better at identifying and speaking to our friends and be like, bro, I think I drink because my dad, nigga, I got trauma. My dad, I don't know my dad or something like that. It's just like it could be anything. We might be better at talking to each other about it. We might not be hitting therapy like we should. but we at least being vocal about like, bro, I got a problem. Cause some of you, like I said, that video I posted, it wasn't about me, but I just know that dudes that do that. They be like, I'm good, I'm alright. This nigga's finna fall apart.
I feel like our generation is more emotional and more lazy. And that's the thing. I think the generations before us were more hardworking, but they didn't care. They worked so hard that they didn't have time for their feelings. I feel like we have time for our feelings, but we don't work hard. As far as like to work towards changing whatever traumas we have. So pretty much that's what I be saying. And that's what has to change. You have to like work on this shit consistently. I mean, the same way you check Instagram every day, you need to check your emotions every day.
Yeah.
How you doing?
And I ain't gonna lie to you. My unpopular opinion about this shit is I feel like women are advancing like business wise.
Beautiful.
But
emotionally they checking out.
Emotionally they checking out. Personally they're just like they at a standstill or going backwards.
They're valuing their love more. That's what's going on.
I can't even say that one. I feel like they value
the bag over everything.
Instead of waiting for, since the men were like, I guess in their eyes not shit, and you can't really hold a man to be like, oh, you need to take care of your household. They went and got the bag, and when it came to a relationship, they just kind of put it by the wayside.
They're valuing it. That's what I mean by they're valuing their shit. Because before it was like, oh, I love this person, but now you have to actually like prove it more. It makes men have to work harder.
And that's why I was saying I wouldn't say that, because I'm still seeing women like, you're getting like, I see a lot of like their men are blatantly showing you that I don't give a fuck about you. Then they're telling you to your face, and now their women are pregnant by this nigga.
Yeah, I mean that's still gonna go on, but it's a shift. It's the middle of the shift.
That's what I was saying. I feel like they shifted what they're shifted their value into business rather than a relationship.
Yeah, and that's where it's at. You're gonna get the ones that still value relationships over their business or whatever the fuck. But
and I'm not saying this is what you should do. I said I've always been a balance. I tell people all the time, I'm gonna still do my business, but I'm gonna make sure my relationship's straight.
Yeah, and I feel like women nowadays are shifting towards that, and they're like, there's women who are about their business and they will love the fuck out of you, but you have to be worth it.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's still gonna be the girls that fall for the okie doke. There's still gonna be the girls that fall for the dude that fuck them right the first time, and then they just stuck.
See, okay, I guess saying you saying that, I feel like this is what I feel like women are doing. You know how they always tell you don't mix business and pleasure? Right. I think that's what women are doing. When they hit you with the you gotta pay all my bills shit, I was like, that sounds like a finesse business wise. Like, if I can get this man to pay all my bills, I can put all my money somewhere else.
Well, I don't really want to say that. Well,
he said, I like this show.
it's the elevated. It's women just evolving. There we go. It's women evolving. That's what it is. You know, they.
It's women wanting to eat. What did I tell her? I said no. I said this is women wanting to have their cake and eat it too.
Well, here's the thing. Back in the day, in the 50s, Brady Bunch era,
right?
The woman just took care of the household, the kids, and the man went and got money.
Right.
Well, what would have happened if the woman was getting her money too, but she was still holding it down, and she still had a man that could provide for her? Her money would be her money in her eyes, in a lot of ways, in some circumstances. That's kind of what's going on today.
Yeah, that's like I said. So you get the cake and eat it too.
That's kind of what's going on today.
Because it's kind of like
they can do both.
Like, you gotta think, I can pay. You can have all your. You telling me you can go get all your bills paid. You have a job. You come home and all that money that you just made goes to nothing. When I mean go to nothing, when I mean you don't have, it doesn't have to go to a bill or anything. So you can just go buy clothes. You can just do. Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, it's basically the revenge of the, the Brady Bunch era.
I didn't do it.
I know, but we have to suffer for the sins of our ancestors. That's really what be happening. So that's really what's going on. It's like, okay, women historically took care of the house and took care of the kids and everything else, and the man worked and he brought the money home. He took care of everything. Now the woman is basically like, oh, I can take care of everything too, and you got money too. Okay, you need to do this. I'm gonna save my shit, and the kids gonna be cool because I'm dealing with that too. Basically, yeah, that's what's going on. I was gonna say something real funny.
And I'm just playing devil's advocate because I've already technically done this. Like I said, if I really rock with that person, I have no issue doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
because if I feel like you really putting money to the side, the money that you're making from your business, you're helping the household, so on and so forth, I'm cool.
Right.
But a lot of these women, the first thing out your mouth is like, I need my bills paid. First off, have we made it to a year yet?
I don't even entertain no girl that says that shit. Like, honestly, I don't.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I've actually told a few women that if y'all idolizing a woman, I don't even want to date you neither.
If men are idolizing a girl?
No, if this woman's like, she's like gun-ho behind an artist that says, yeah, if he ain't paying all your bills and buying you all these gifts, then you need to keep him to the streets. If I pay attention that you up under the post commenting, yeah, girl, this, I like, you know what? I cross her off my list. Yeah. Because why would you want to entertain a woman with that mentality? Why are you presenting this idea, and we ain't been together that long?
Yeah, but I mean, you have to understand that that's their superhero. It's kind of like, with dudes, like, okay, you grew up, you like 50 Cent. You grew up, you like Jay-Z. You like whoever was your guy. DMX. Pray for DMX. But basically, whoever your guy was, whatever they said in their music or whatever, that was law.
Yeah.
So when girls be listening to these rappers or women or whoever be influencers, whatever, that's their role model. So whatever they say, that's law. So you have to accept people for where they are too. I know a girl right now. She's been on a lot of artist dicks. Not literally, but just like anytime they do something, she's on their dicks heavy.
Right.
And now she's almost 30. And it's like you still do the same like teenage girly shit for artists, like, oh, I love you, commenting on this shit. And it's like, you're almost 30, ma'am. And you still doing the same stuff. So people are pretty much influenced by what they're around and what they rock with.
That's depressing. But we're going to close this up.
Unfortunately. We might repeat this though. We might have a part 2 about this because this was actually an interesting conversation. So, pretty much, it's the waiting room. I'm Drego Grim.
I'm Curtis Metier.
And we are out.
Suck y'all dick crazy.